Our next project that we're working on is bone broth. So I have some turkey bones left from Thanksgiving. We smoked our turkey and we saved the bones and all the leftover stuff that didn't get eaten and stuck it in the freezer. My mama roasted a turkey when we went up there, and she also saved me her bones. So I have the bones, carcasses of 2 turkeys in this pot. It's a big roaster oven that my mother-in-law lets me use. It's hers. I use it all the time for making broth. It's so convenient. It's a 22 quart, so it holds a ton. So along with these 2 turkeys, I'm going to add a bunch of carrots and some onions, some celery. We'll go out to the garden and grab some rosemary and some sage. And then we're going to fill this pot up with water and a splash of vinegar. And we're going to let this cook for about 24 hours. And then I'll show you the final result. So why would you make bone broth? Well, first of all, why wouldn't you? Because it's wasteful. Otherwise, like, you're not doing anything else with the bones, right? When you cook a turkey for Thanksgiving, why not use that and turn it into broth? You can use broth for all kinds of things. Gravies, soups, sauces. I never buy chicken broth at the store. Beef broth, vegetable broth. You can make it yourself. It's so simple. You're literally just going to cook down a bunch of turkey bones and a bunch of vegetables. And you're going to cook it for 24 hours at least. Sometimes I'll go up to 2 days, 48 hours. And it releases all the collagen from inside those bones. And it is so good for your skin, for your hair. It's good for your gut health. If you struggle with stomach problems, try drinking bone broth in the mornings instead of coffee, and you will see. Just try it. Just trust me. I haven't showed y'all the garden lately. It's pretty sad. It's emptied out. We didn't plant much for winter this year. I decided to just let the beds rest, give myself a break. We've been gardening pretty hardcore for 3 years, so I was like, we're going to take a break this winter. Usually I grow a lot of greens. We've got plenty in the freezer, so we're just letting the beds rest. The trellises still have loofahs drying on them, but we do still have some herbs here and there. So let's grab some and put them in our bowl here, and we'll go finish making our bone broth. So I'm going to grab some of this rosemary because rosemary is great in broth. It's also very medicinal. Rosemary is really good anti-inflammatory and antibacterial. So it's a good one to add during the winter months when people tend to get sick a lot. So we're going to add a good handful of rosemary sprigs. Now let's go grab some sage. Look how pretty the sage is. It's really still full and lush and beautiful. We'll just get 2 little bundles here to take in. And this is just one little spot where I have sage. I actually have it in multiple places in the garden. So we've got a good bit of it left, and it's handling the cold beautifully. Sage and rosemary, that should do us. Let's go finish bone broth. Am I washing these herbs? Somebody's gonna ask. No, I'm not. I don't spray my herbs with anything. There's no bugs on them. I looked them over. They're fine. Listen, if you're spraying your garden, you need to wash your stuff. If you're growing an organic garden, I mean, I don't really care. Wash it if you want to wash it, but I'm not worried about it. I'm not washing it. So don't come in my inbox and yell at me. All right, we're going to add just a little dab of white vinegar. That's literally it. Just a tiny pour, maybe a tablespoon or 2. And now all we've got to do is fill our pot up with water, and then I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And that's it. We'll let it cook for 24 hours. Okay, I've added our water. The pot is full. Giving it all a good stir. I put about a tablespoon of salt in here too. And now we're going to put the lid on, and we're just going to let this bad boy cook until tomorrow. We'll come back and check it tomorrow, and I'll show you what it looks like. It may be done tomorrow, may need 2 days. We'll just kind of watch, and we're going to wait until those bones have broken down as much as possible. Get all the good stuff out of them. So I'll bring you back tomorrow for a closer look. Alright, it looks really good. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it's very thick and almost like gelatinous. You can see a lot of the fat on top. This looks like great broth. So I think this is ready. I don't think we're gonna need to cook it for another day. So what I'm gonna do is strain this out, and then we will use some of it for dinner tonight probably, and then the rest will can. So to can bone broth, you're gonna put it in quart jars, and or you could do pints, but I do quarts, and I can it for 25 minutes in the pressure canner. So that will be the process, but it's looking good, y'all.